Favorite subject in school?
History.
Hindi. Bel Air was known for having all these different types of foreign languages, and my favorite subject, hands down, was Hindi.
English. English was the only class I was ever like any honors was attached to the class. English was it, because it was about reading and artists and emotions and stuff like that.
I didn't have one. Boys. I think I liked choir. I wasn't much of a school person. I liked performing. I always have. So I wasn't, I liked English because they let me write. And I didn't like gym. And I didn't like, I hated math. I still hate math.
Well, I was in cosmetology my junior and senior year in high school. So I actually had my hairdresser's license before I graduated high school. So that was my favorite subject.
I think I liked math. I was really good at that. And calculus and stuff.
Theater. I love theater a lot. That's where I discovered that I could act, and I love theater.
Let's see, my favorite subject in school. Actually, probably English.
My favorite subject in school was theater. I was a drama nerd, only we made it cool at our school. It was cool to be in drama.
What subject did you hate?
I hated algebra. I am definitely not a math person. It's the only class I almost failed. It was very sad.
My favorite subject was drama.
But I would say anything that had to do with performing, or I took interior design, anything that had to do with the artsy stuff I liked. Anything that had to do with being quiet and serious was really difficult for me. I had teachers that we were in the ghetto, okay, so I had teachers that threw like staplers and shoes and rulers. Yeah, those are bad memories.
I hated PE because, I mean, seriously, girls cannot get all sweaty in high school, get all sweaty from running around the track, and then the bell rings and you have 4 minutes to then shower and get all dressed again, and you're wearing like, ugly gym clothes, and it's just not good.
I like science.
Favorite teacher.
My favorite teacher?
Ooh, favorite teacher.
My favorite teacher was Miss Carol Lohman. She taught the Stanislavski method in acting class, and so we got all deep in method and our emotions, and it was great.
The only one I remember, even though it was just like yesterday, was Mrs. Brackman, my cosmetology teacher. She was an older lady, and then she would also kind of try to teach us the facts of life.
My Hindi teacher, Mr. Prasad, because when he talked like this, I loved him. I loved him.
Oh,
I really liked Mrs. Rogers. Mrs. Rogers was our English teacher, and she was really awesome. She was just a really cool lady. Dottie Rogers, Dorothy. I don't know where she is now.
I had one, Mr. Fredrickson and Mr. Morgan. Both of them were just so comical all the time, and they wouldn't let me come up to the board. At first, they tried. At first, they would say, okay, Miss Martinez, come up to the board and write out the problem. And when they realized that I got to the right answer, but nobody could figure out how, and then the whole class would end up confused, they quit doing that.
English professor named Stephen Olson, and he rode his little scooter. He rode a little scooter to school every day, and he was just very... He was really crazy, and his class was very non-conventional. And in a small town Texas school, that's kind of hard to come by. So a lot of the kids really appreciated that.
My favorite teacher in high school, I actually had two, and they were my theater teachers. It was Paul Crump and Jeanette Filardo, two very great people, kind of like the mother figure and the father figure for our little drama crew. And they pretty much let us get away with anything. We had that last period theater class where we could make runs to Taco Bell and, act stupid. And we got away with a lot. I think I missed every Monday of my senior year thanks to them.
My favorite teacher was my drama teacher, Mr. Powell. and he actually passed away my junior year in high school, and he was just awesome. He was so great, and I spent the most amount of time with him because in drama you're in the plays and you're there till midnight rehearsing, so we spent a lot of time with this teacher, and he was awesome.
My favorite teacher in high school was Mr. Brosh. He was from China, Texas. I like China because they make nice beer in China.
I don't remember. I had a biology teacher even though I hated biology, and I can't think of her name. Mrs. Smith, we'll say. She was awesome. I think she was also a PE coach. She might have liked girls, but anyway, she was a great teacher.
Can I say something like a little bit rank? So, this is the one thing I remember about her. Somehow she was getting on a little facts of life conversation in cosmetology class one day, and we couldn't stop laughing because she always called it a penis.
I guess if I can't think of one, that means I don't have a favorite, right?
I'm a method anime actress. I like to really delve into my character.
There was a lot of girls that I didn't like in high school. Because they would make fun of me. And this one girl, Tina Thompson, she stole my boyfriend from me. I was so pissed off at that girl, I wanted to just hit her. Miss Thompson, she was my computer teacher.
I don't think I hated a teacher.
I didn't really hate her, but when you did something wrong, she would just snap at you.
I know, that's bad. Let me think.
It was the worst thing, but I did good in that class. I like that in accounting, too.
I didn't hate a teacher.
Oh, we had this one teacher, and I can't remember her name. Miss Sherman, I think, and it was for AP English. Believe it or not, I was an honor student. I don't know what happened.
I don't think that I hated anybody.
I didn't really hate any, but I had this one teacher who will remain nameless, and she looked like Dolores Claiborne meets Stephen King.
It was for this honors English class, and this woman was so little and so mean. We found out that she was allergic to perfume. And so one day, all the girls in the class decided that we would wear, like, the skankiest perfume we could find. So we all went to the drugstore and bought really nasty perfume and then bathed ourselves in it. And, yeah, poor Miss Sherman. If she's watching, I'm sorry, Miss Sherman.
She just was school marm to the nth degree, and we had to read the Norton Anthology of Literature, which is about this thick. She was my English teacher my senior year, and the personality was just below zero. And I mean, come on, we need help staying awake as it is, and that just did not help.
I hated this girl named Teresa because she got all the roles that I wanted, and so it was a lovely envy. But she was very good, so she made me want to be better. But if she had died in high school, I would have been okay with that. Because then I would have gotten all the roles I wanted. But I won't say her last name. But she's not a famous actress yet, and I am.
The main cheerleader, which I'm not going to say her name, just in case this is ever dug up, she stole my boyfriend. So I really kind of just wanted to, take care of that.
There was this teacher named Mr. Popno in Brady. And I was even more awkward as a freshman. I was really weird. I had bad hair. I did not know how to dress. I was a total nerd dork. Nobody knew I existed. But Mr. Popno in chemistry or biology, one of those kind of classes that I wouldn't do very well in, he was crazy and he was totally perverted, and he would walk around with this ruler. And when he wasn't trying to look up girls' skirts, he was like slamming the ruler around and really freaking you out and scaring you. He was a total loose cannon. It freaked me out.
Yeah. The ones that told me I couldn't do, or the ones that I didn't feel like I could perform as well in that class, I think those got me down.
I don't remember. I remember there was this one guy who taught either Texas history or American history. I don't remember. And he was also a coach, And Actually, I liked him. Well, I kind of liked him and I hated him. But if you weren't paying attention, my best friend was in the same class. We were always kind of cutting up and everything and getting in trouble and getting sent outside and such. And anytime, like, you started falling asleep in class, which happens a lot when you're in high school, all of a sudden, from across the room, boom, he would nail you in the head with the eraser.
Didn't really hate any teachers. Yeah, I really didn't hate any teachers.
I don't remember his name. I just remember getting nailed all the time.
I didn't really hate anybody. I just kind of did my own thing. I got along with everyone. I hung out with the guys, and I hung out with the girls, too. I probably had more guy friends than girlfriends.
God bless you, Mr. Bono. I hope you're doing well somewhere out there.
My first crush?
In high school?
Boy or girl?
Oh, God, I knew this question was going to come up.
If I keep it to high school, then that was Jim Miles.
Adam Wade.
Saul Wright.
He was so alternative and wore eyeliner, and I loved him.
He was tall, and he was very muscular.
But he was gorgeous. He was really sweet and really cute.
And really hot and awesome, and I couldn't believe he liked me.
And I kissed him under the bleachers, and I thought he was so cute, and he's so gay now.
And I was a little sophomore, and I was very doughy-eyed at this guy, and we played servants in the show.
And he liked me.
We just came on and off with various stages of undress, and so it was like, oh my God, I'm a sophomore, and he's so dreamy, and he's carrying me, oh my God.
I would describe him as, I don't know, tall, dark, and handsome. That kind of look. Of course, they're like 3 feet tall because they're all 6 years old.
Like in kindergarten?
Xavier Little. He was this hot little Spanish boy.
Oh, dear God. Menudo.
He was smaller than me, but I like him smaller than me like that because it makes me feel like I'm in control.
My first crush will go with a celebrity.
I grew up in a very traditional Mexican family, so I didn't even get to really listen to the radio or anything like that until, like, high school.
My major crush, probably more middle school than high school, but it kind of branched over, was Corey Feldman.
I had this crush on him because he was in a movie, and in my mind, I was a little girl. I saw a crush on Richie Rich one time.
Of all people. I just dated myself so bad.
All of my musical influences were like Pedro Infante, Vicente Fernandez.
Them or Duran Duran. There was a guy in Duran Duran named John Taylor, and he had the most awesome feathered hairdo. It was just amazing.
Mariachi type stuff. So I used to have a crush on Vicente Fernandez. Everybody can go Google him up or whatever.
I loved him. And that's the one she stole away from me. I hate her.
Okay, my first and biggest high school crush was Mike Chapman, and I'll have to show him this. He'll be so happy he got a name, or his name mentioned. Mike Chapman, he's my Jake Ryan. You know what Jake Ryan is?
The first girl I liked, she was a big thing, but I like them big when it comes to my women. And she played basketball with me, so I think maybe it was all that bumping on the court when I was in the post position that just kind of made me feel like something over there was special.
Jake Ryan from 16 Candles. Remember her big crush? He was my Jake Ryan. That's what I tell everybody. Mike Chapman. Talked to him on the phone last night, actually. We've known each other for that long. Yeah, I'm old.
I'm not gonna say her name because she might see this DVD. She likes anime.
Funny thing is, I went to high school with my brother. So when I was a freshman, he was a senior, and I had the biggest crush on one of his friends, which is the grossest thing because he's one of my good friends' brothers.
I think that was 3rd grade. I think. But I don't know if I've imagined it, but I believe that he kissed me even. And this awesome, like, in the hallway by the lockers.
I still see him till this day, and now I look at him like, gross, I had a crush on you? So yeah, his name was, I can't tell you.
I don't remember him actually really ever saying anything. But I have this really vivid recollection of him, like, leaning against a locker in all of his 3rd grade glory and kissing me. Maybe it's a dream.
Oh, my first kiss?
My first kiss was at
Okay, my first kiss was with Adam Wade.
I just found him on MySpace, too.
I'm not a hooch, I swear.
I didn't have very many boyfriends. I had like 4. And then I married the 4th one.
Well, my first kiss was probably like in 5th grade, I guess.
7th grade at the Valentine's Day dance. He was actually my very first boyfriend.
So, of course, it was cool because, you know, he was a junior and I was a freshman, and I thought it was cool, and now it's not so cool.
His name was Dexter Thompson, and we was by the soda machines, and I was buying some strawberry soda, and he was getting a Sprite.
I think his name was Jimmy. So it was during a game of Truth or Dare.
He bumps up against me, and
We, you know, kissed.
next thing you know, it was magic.
Oh, you know what? I had a second or third cousin. He kissed me in a tree in 2nd grade. That might have been the first one.
You know, it was a kiss. It was really good.
And he put his tongue in my mouth, and I was like, whoa!
I was at my locker getting ready to go to class, and he was standing next to me. You know how you talk in the locker in the hallway. And then he snuck in and gave me a kiss.
It was amazing, I guess. Of course, I don't think of it as like the best kiss I've ever had, but it was good.
Close mouth, because it was the first kiss. And then I went, oh!
What's that about? I don't like that. And so it was very awkward.
I think my first kiss was probably like at a junior high birthday party. You know, it was like one of those, okay, your turn.
It was very exciting.
So it wasn't really special at all. It was like 5 minutes of not breathing.
And then I told my mom about it later, and she laughed at me.
Or 5 seconds, I should say. Because you know how you kiss and you're like, do I breathe? Do I not breathe? Boring.
My first kiss was in the 8th grade, before I made it to high school.
at a dance party in someone's backyard. Classy.
I didn't know exactly how it all worked.
He bought me goobers, and then we kissed, and it was nothing.
He went in for the kill, and I was there, and I felt something pressing against my closed teeth.
Goobers? They're chocolate-covered peanuts, I believe.
And that's when I was like,
No tongue action or anything like that. That didn't come till the bleachers.
oh, it's that kind of kiss. And yeah, so it was a little awkward.
Nobody had explained anything to me.
It was one of those, oh, you're about to, oh.
Nobody had said anything to me, and that whole thing was weird.
I wasn't ready for that. So I've gotten better at it since. Lots of practice, kids.
I should have learned my lesson the first couple of times.
Well, I was 16 years old when I had my first kiss. And I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Kissing cousins, who doesn't have that? Come on.